welcome to the thorough newspaper analysis for 20th December 2022. Today we have one editorial article which has been taken from The Hindu and it is titled as Criminalizing Consensual Relationships. For the second and third segment of today's rendition of thorough newspaper analysis, we will have the news update and the legal news. So, India is the home to the largest adolescent population in the world. On top of that, the National Family Health Surveys have indicated that a significant proportion of these teenagers are sexually active. Now, such statistics and the back-breaking heap of cases against adolescents booked under POCSO raises the question to revisit the legislation and approach a middle ground. And that is why today's article is titled Criminalizing Consensual Relationships. Now, when we talk of POCSO, we are basically indicating a cracking down strongly on child sexual offenders. But what about the adolescents, the group of the population in India who are under 18 but are sexually active and are in consensual relationships? What about them? So this has been a pain point in the recent times, and quite a few high courts, including Madras High Court, have raised the issue that POCSO needs to be revisited and certain amendments have to be brought in. So let's see what are those suggestions. Firstly, the analysis report by Enfold Proactive Health Trust shows that 24.3% of the cases booked under POCSO and disposed of in Assam, Maharashtra, and West Bengal were consensual relationships. Now, it's true that the aim of POCSO is to crack down strictly on the sexual abuse of children. The same has also become a nightmare for minors in consensual relationships. Now, the laws, on top of being a nightmare for the minors in consensual relationships who are physically active, they're also being wrongly used by the parents in order to safeguard family honor. And this generally happens from the side of the female's parents. Due to this, the blanket treatment that is meted out to adolescent boys, where they are treated as criminals, is a gross violation of their bodily autonomy and it undermines the institution of their life, privacy, and dignity. Further, the fear of embroiling their lovers in a legal battle, women under 18 often take recourse to unsafe abortion practices instead of availing reproductive health services that are recognized by the state. Now, so if this is the concern, the question that arises is that has no one ever pointed out that there is a big loophole in the POCSO structure? Well, a similar line of concern was highlighted by the Madras High Court in the case of Vijay Lakshmi versus the state rep, and this case was in 2021. And based on this case and few other suggestions that have been made by various high courts, we come to the conclusion that an amendment in the POCSO Act and the Indian Penal Code too is pertinent to address the criminalization of consensual acts, and the government or the legislature must take some action to decriminalize the same. So with that, we move on to the news updates for today. Firstly, we have Indian origin Leo Varadkar elected as Prime Minister of Ireland. Leo Varadkar, who is also an Indian origin and was the former Irish Deputy Prime Minister and leader of the Fine Gael party, has now been elected as the new Prime Minister of Ireland following a vote in the lower house of the Irish Parliament. Secondly, UN's seat rejections. Now, the UN General Assembly has rejected the seats of certain countries. The Taliban of Afghanistan, military junta of Myanmar, and the Libya's rival Eastern-based government were not allowed to take their country's seats in the UN General Assembly. Thirdly, we have Rajasthan's Chhapar sanctuary gets protection. The Chhapar sanctuary recently got protection from a plan to reduce its size through a suo motu public interest litigation by the Rajasthan High Court. The Chhapar sanctuary is located in the Churu district of Rajasthan. Before independence, Chhapar was a private hunting reserve of the Maharaja of Bikaner. Fourthly, we have Punjab ranks second in average monthly income per agricultural household. Punjab ranks second in the country in average monthly income per agricultural household. And this fact came to light in a data that was provided by the Union Minister of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare, Narendra Singh Tomar. As per the information, Meghalaya is the state that tops across the country with an average monthly income per agricultural household of rupees 29,348. Fifth, we have NASA launches satellite for landmark study of Earth's water. A SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket was launched with the Surface Water and Ocean Topography SWOT spacecraft on board. From its perch, the satellite will measure water on more than 90% of the Earth's surface, and this data will help scientists better understand the role of oceans play in climate change, the effect of global warming on bodies of water, and how people can prepare for the natural disasters that follow. Sixth, we have 2022 Stephen Edberg Sportsmanship Award. Casper Rudd has been selected by fellow players as the winner of the Stefan Edberg Sportsmanship Award in the 2022 ATP Awards. It is the 23-year-old's first ATP award, and it comes after a breakout season in which he rose as high as world number 2 in the Pepperstone ATP rankings. Seventh, we have alternative farming system for poppy planters. The Manipur government launched alternative farming system for tribal Jumias poppy planters in 10 districts of the state. The government also distributed Rabi crop seeds and farming tools and equipment worth rupees 4.87 crore to the farmers at the CM Secretariat in Imphal. Eighth, we have 1 week, 1 lab campaign. Union Minister of State for Science and Technology, Dr. Jitendra Singh, announced 1 week, 1 lab theme based campaign to showcase the technological breakthroughs and innovations in CSIR laboratories institutes across the country. Next up, we have the legal updates for today. We have only one legal update. That is, urgent interim relief must exist at the time of filing suit, and this has been held by the Madras High Court. Now, the Madras High Court, in the case of Arvind Gupta versus Punjab National Bank and another, has held that the circumstances seek urgent interim relief as enshrined in Section 12A of the Commercial Codes Act to bypass mandatory pre-institution mediation must exist at the time of institution of the suit. So this was all for today. For free study materials and TNA PDF slides, please join our Telegram channel, the link of which you can find in the description of the YouTube video, or you can always scan the barcode that is given on your screen. For any further information, please feel free to visit www.lawsikho.com. Thank you.